So what's your secret? How do you guys survive out here?
You need to play to your strengths. I build, so shelter tops my list.
On patrol.
You got to withstand the elements, no matter how unnatural.
Gotta keep the peace, when we know that you know.
I think the key is hard work. When you add value, you have something to trade, and everybody wins.
Hands down. The only way to make it is by putting lives first. You have to be tough enough to know when to give and when to take away. So what do you have to offer?
Well, if you didn't have a weapons expert, you do now.
Looks like we found ourselves a warrior.
I guess we all have our strengths.
Is this where you tell me the real secret is teamwork?
Nope. The real secret? Aim for the head.
Welcome to World War Z, the third-person shooter based on the hit Paramount film pitting you and your friends against countless hordes of zombies. I'm Oliver, creative director at Saber Interactive, here to give you a gameplay overview of our co-op campaign mode, in which you'll fight through a series of intense episodes set in striking locations from across the world. Each episode has its own overarching story, divided into 3 chapters made up of more focused objectives. Whether boarding a hijacked train, escaping by sea, or delving into an underground facility, you'll be facing masses of undead. This means when your squad first jumps into a chapter, you're going to want to stay as quiet as possible. Noise attracts zombies, and the game will spawn far more for your team to deal with if you run in guns blazing. World War Z's AI director is constantly adapting to how you play through each chapter. If your squad seems to be progressing a bit too easily, don't be surprised if you run into a colossal horde just around the corner. On the other hand, if your team is preparing to face a horde event with low health and resources, the AI may swing things for you with an extra defensive auto-turret or mortar. Knowing when it's best to run and gun, hold defensive choke points, or just sprint like crazy can be the difference between life and death. Between gunning down the undead, you'll also want to keep an eye out for hidden loot. You may find the occasional health kit or ammunition box in your path, but some of the best catches require leaving the beaten track. Special zombies shake things up even further, forcing a change of tactics at a moment's notice. Gas bags will charge your squad, and anything but precise headshots trigger a nasty cloud of toxic gas. Screamers will cause more and more hordes to assault your team until you take them out. Easier said than done when you factor in the other special zombies that may be laying in wait. Depending on your prowess upon completing each chapter, you'll be rewarded with new perks for your chosen class and points towards upgrades for each weapon. As you and your squad unlock more, you'll be able to take on higher difficulties, meaning even greater rewards.
Rated M for mature.
Well, I reckon you didn't do it then.
Why do you say that?
You know, I've driven a bunch of fellas down to this prison. Usually it's about now I get the, I didn't do it.
Every time?
Every time. People will up and go mad when they believe their life is over.
In the road!
This other time...
Hello? Anybody?
You need to be quiet.
Who is this?
I'm Clementine. This is my house. You've been all by yourself through this?
Yeah, I want my parents to come home now.
I think that might be a little while.
Staying put for too long is a mistake. Those things are all over the damn place.
Personally, I'd appreciate the company of a guy who can knock a couple of heads together if he has to. I know who you are, and I know you're a killer.
The world has ended out there. Who cares who I am?
I don't know who these people are. They could be dangerous.
Whoa, take it easy. Just want to help.
I can't.
Think this through.
He's bitten! We gotta throw him out! I'm gonna kill him, Cat!
You want to get violent, you old fuck? Well, come on!
I don't know who you are or what you did, but you better become a better liar. Fast.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry I wasn't here.
Rated M for mature.
Welcome to the world of Back 4 Blood, a thrilling cooperative first-person shooter from Turtle Rock Studios, creators of the critically acclaimed Left 4 Dead franchise. You are at the center of a war against the Ridden. These once human hosts of deadly parasites have turned into terrifying creatures, bent on devouring what remains of civilization. With humanity's extinction on the line, it's up to you and your friends to take the fight to the enemy, eradicate the Ridden, and reclaim the world. With Back 4 Blood, no playthrough runs the same way twice. This level of variety is made possible by the game director that constantly adjusts to player action, creating memorable, unpredictable, dramatic gameplay. This affects enemies, modifiers, the environment, and more. Over the course of the next 4 days, thousands of players will be able to play Back 4 Blood for the first time. Our Back 4 Blood closed alpha test showcases an early mission, Evansburg, from within the 4-player cooperative campaign. In this mission, you'll be able to fight overwhelming odds, topple towering monstrosities, and try to survive. Each time you play, you'll face a new set of threats. As you play through the closed alpha test, you'll also discover new items, gear, and weapons to help you take your fight against the Ridden further. Though each time you play, the game director will change what you find and where, so make sure you run through more than once. When Back 4 Blood launches, gamers may assume the role of 8 playable characters, known as cleaners. In addition to distinct personalities, each of these cleaners has their own unique secondary weapon and character perk. In the Back 4 Blood closed alpha test, players may take control of the following cleaners: Walker, Holly, Evangelo, and Hoffman. Throughout the Back 4 Blood closed alpha test, our battle-hardened cleaners will be required to test themselves against a small sampling of the Ridden. You will get a taste of the threat of these dangerous foes: the common infected, Stinger, Wretch, Tallboy, and the terrifying Ogre. Back 4 Blood offers a new roguelike card system that allows players to customize their experiences and create new challenges. When you enter a mission, the game director will play what are called corruption cards. This will make the game more difficult, dynamic, and intense for the players. For example, spawning larger hordes of enemies, generating fog, or making ammo scarce. Players can then play their own set of cards to suit their playstyle. These cards can range from finding more of a specific weapon to giving your team benefits, such as faster healing or the ability to hold more ammo. These cards are earned by completing certain challenges and objectives. In the final game, players will be able to customize their decks to best take on whatever threat comes their way. The combinations are endless, leaving you with a unique experience every time. Knowing all of this, are you prepared to jump into Back 4 Blood's closed alpha test? We need your help to play, balance, test, and break our game so that it can emerge stronger when it launches. Please join us to help Turtle Rock Studios and Warner Brothers Games deliver a worthy co-op shooter the world has been dying to play.
Just like in Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, you'll be taking control of Ethan Winters. You'll make your way from the village to the castle. Players will need to get in and search for their kidnapped daughter. As you've noticed by now, Resident Evil Village keeps the first-person perspective. We think it really draws players into the detailed world we've created. You'll see a lot of those little details come to life here. The team put a ton of effort into creating a truly authentic feel. From art design to technology, everything ties in great and creates some beautiful visuals. Now it's time to meet some of the castle denizens. As you'd expect, a warm welcome's not really what's in store for Ethan.
Let's take a look at him. Well, Ethan Winters. You escaped my little brother's idiot games, did you? Let's see how special you are.
Shifting gears a bit, we're finally going to show off some combat. It's not just about shooting. Guarding will also be an important part of the game. Each type of enemy has their own distinct way of fighting, so you'll need to change up your strategy to defeat them. Everyone knows what to do with red barrels, right? Some of you will remember a similar management system in Resident Evil 4. This time around, we've added crafting, which allows you to create items such as first aid and ammo. There's also an assortment of weapons to find and utilize throughout the game.
I've been waiting for you, Mr. Winters.
How do you know my name?
Anyone has heard of the likes of you.
The merchant makes a return. This time he's known as the Duke. You'll be going to him to buy and sell weapons, amongst other things. The director wanted to give him a unique look, and you'll often find him in different situations each time you encounter him. He's an interesting fella. Smash away with your trusty knife. There's plenty of items to find in your travels. Wait, do you hear that? And we've also got extra objectives outside of the main ones. Of course, it goes without saying that there'll be plenty of puzzles to solve for players to move forward. Oh, and plenty of surprises to keep you on your toes.
I haven't cut open a man in a while. Let me string you up, slice your jugular, and just watch.
Well, that's one way to end the video. Now that we've shown you what's in store for Resident Evil Village, let's take a look at the exclusive PlayStation 5 demo. For this demo, players won't be playing as Ethan, but as a character we're referring to as the Maiden. Unlike the actual game, this experience doesn't feature combat or even blocking. We're hoping to have players get a real feel for the visuals and audio as they take the Maiden on her journey to find a way out of the castle. And you can download the exclusive demo on PlayStation 5 today. Of course, we want as many people as possible to get a chance to play. So we'll have a separate new demo available on all platforms ready for sometime this spring.